They don't have any faith in Gavin Newsom.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of funny because he wants to be president so bad.
That's true what it looks
But
like.
you can't ruin a city and then go on to ruin a state and say, guys, that was just practice.
I know.
Once I get it as a president, I'm going to fix it.
Well, you can't, it's not his words when he speaks.
Yeah.
You have to watch him closely. And some genius decided not to film him any lower than the shoulder.
Yes, did you? Yes.
So what did he do?
You couldn't see the hands.
No, but he sent Morse code.
Apparently, Joe Rogan and Tyrus have finally had it with Gavin Newsom's picture-perfect hair and slick-talking charm. They're done playing nice, and they're spilling everything. We're talking secrets so fiery that even California's wildfires might bow out of the competition. What shocking truths did they uncover? Why does half of Hollywood look nervous, while the other half pretends not to notice? Get ready. This is about to get wild, hilarious, and maybe just a little too real.
You have the highest unemployment.
Yeah.
You have the highest homelessness.
Look what they did with Hollywood.
Money's missing. You killed Hollywood. Like, Hollywood doesn't exist anymore. It's literally gone.
That was such an easy one.
mandated vaccines for kids that didn't need them. You guys...
What I saw, what it looked to me like he was negotiating with a deaf prostitute.
If you're enjoying this chaos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It helps more than you know. Who could have guessed that Joe Rogan and Tyrus taking aim at Gavin Newsom would be the surprise twist of 2025? Yet here we are watching California's most camera-ready politician get roasted harder than the asphalt in a Los Angeles heat wave. You could almost hear the collective gasp from every avocado toast lover between Malibu and San Francisco when those two dropped their truth bomb. Because let's face it, like when Rogan and Tyrus start talking, somewhere a PR team is already clutching a stress ball for dear life.
I mean, it's so crazy, but he's such a great politician. I mean,
No, he's
so
not.
smooth.
He's
You
not,
don't think
though.
so?
No, I think he's terrible.
How's
It's
he
just-
remained
it's
in
'cause
power
he
for
has
so long?
Low competition. There's no one who's
there's
good
that.
is competing against him.
I
There's
guess
no
I
sincerity.
should say he's not a good. I should say he's smooth. He comes.
I
across
mean,
pretty
he's a
smooth.
good bullshit artist.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But it's like what the things that he says when he gets confronted with things. We're the highest this and the highest that. Like,
Yeah.
like everybody's.
It all started harmlessly enough, just a casual chat, a few laughs, nothing serious. Then suddenly, boom, Newsom's name dropped into the mix like a vegan burger landing at a Texas barbecue. Instantly, the easygoing vibe vanished, because when Joe Rogan starts connecting dots, no one's safe. And Tyrus, he doesn't just connect dots, he flips the whole board and dares anyone to argue otherwise.
Watch it. Look at the blinking. Blink. Look. Meet me at the house. Like, he's blinking. He's sending. I'm getting there. Hey, just so you know, I'm not wearing pants.
Ew.
And then, look, he's blinking. And then eventually, the camera guy realizing that he's signaling him, so he gets appalled, leans back, camera comes down, and then we're back to this. I'll do this for you. You do this for me a little. So he's saying whatever he's going to say. There it is. See? They couldn't hold him back. He's like, I'm not on film. Oh, I'm not. Nope. Bring my hands up. Bring him up. Bring him up. Bring him up. Bring him up.
He practically throws the entire marker board across the room and challenges anyone to prove him wrong. Gavin Newsom has been California's golden boy for so long, you'd think he was handpicked from a Napa Valley vineyard right beside the Pinot Noir. Perfect teeth, smoother hair than a shampoo commercial, and speeches so shiny they could double as TED Talks on how to charm an audience.
Newsom told the Los Angeles Times Panera would not be exempt from the law. The spokesperson also denied a claim, the Bloomberg piece, which cited sources close to the matter, that Newsom pushed for an exemption that applies to businesses that bake bread and sell it as a standalone item, calling the report absurd. So is it a fake story?
Or is it something that they
might have corrected
hustled
course
on and corrected
quickly?
course quickly? Yeah.
Yeah. Roll up to the top. So where's the initial report? Let's find the initial report.
Somewhere along the way, the California dream he sold started to look more like a dystopian Netflix series, where rent costs a kidney and every street corner feels like a social experiment. So when Rogan and Tyrus decided to pull back the curtain, it wasn't just entertainment. It was a demolition derby of egos and hypocrisy. Rogan came swinging with his favorite combo of logic and what if, while Tyrus crossed his arms, gave that signature look, and turned Newsom's politics into a full-blown comedy special. Imagine it. Two guys laughing, questioning leadership, and realizing that maybe Newsom's picture-perfect image is just a little too perfect. Yet there he stands, smiling like a toothpaste model, insisting everything's fine. It's almost impressive, like watching someone rearrange deck chairs on the Titanic while claiming the ship is pioneering buoyancy. And of course, Tyrus being Tyrus didn't hold back one bit.
I can watch the tape.
Yes!
He literally goes, I want some of this, then you do some of this, and I'll do some of that back to you, and then we'll do this, and then I'll pay you, and then we'll do it again.
True.
And then she kept saying, no. Okay, how about this? You do this one first, then we do this one, then we give a little back and forth.
Tyrus pointed out that California's biggest export isn't film or tech anymore. It's people. Residents are fleeing faster than contestants in a doomed reality show where the grand prize is surviving the electric bill. The irony is wild. Every time someone moves out, Newsom calls it growth. Sure, if growth means boosting Texas's population by the minute. Rogan, ever the philosopher with a punchline, couldn't resist digging deeper. He started asking those sneaky questions that sound innocent until you realize there's no safe answer. Like, how can a state richer than most countries still have roads that look like they were attacked by a toddler with a hammer? Or why does every green initiative end up making the air thicker with wildfire smoke? From there, things spiraled fast, turning from roast to revelation. Because while the media drools over Newsom's rumored presidential dreams, Rogan and Tyrus dropped the question everyone's too scared to ask. Does anyone outside California really want its problems delivered nationwide? The truth they exposed wasn't about hidden scandals. It was about how perception keeps the whole illusion alive.
Why would Bloomberg spread bullshit? Bloomberg is a financial paper, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's not something
I don't think it would be.
you really can't do that if you're running a financial paper. It's not like the New York Times. The New York Times can say Israel bombed the hospital and 500 people are killed and put it on the front page, even if it's not true. And everybody just assumes it's true because it's the New York Times. But they can kind of get away with that. And then they still...
The idea is simple, yet shocking. Gavin Newsom has built an image so bulletproof that no matter what's burning behind him, he just smiles, rolls up his sleeves, and blames climate change. It's like the political version of "it's not you, it's me," except with higher taxes and zero accountability. And yet, you can't deny the man's charisma. He could probably convince a crowd that paying $12 for a green smoothie is an act of patriotism. Rogan joked, or maybe implied, that Newsom's real power lies in making chaos look like progress. Who else could turn mass homelessness, power outages, and gas prices higher than a SpaceX launch into a vision for the future? Tyrus, ever the cynic, called it what it is. Political theater at its finest. California isn't just a state anymore. It's a stage. And every time someone calls him out, Newsom just flashes that confident smirk that says, "You'll still vote for me." Honestly, many do. That hypnotic Hollywood glow makes people forget how bad things are. It's like being stuck in endless traffic, but the driver insists it's a journey of innovation. Rogan and Tyrus basically turned the whole moment into a masterclass on political branding. How to look flawless while the foundation quietly crumbles beneath you.
California, like budget cuts and stuff, since they didn't have a hearing impaired transitioner anymore. I'm not paying money for that. I'll do it myself. So, you know.
A little bit of bubble. Yeah.
Nice. Could you imagine if you were the sign person for the TV going?
No, he reminds me there of, remember the guy who did the sign language at Mandela's?
Smile through the smoke. That seems to be Gavin Newsom's motto. He's mastered the art of turning every disaster into an opportunity for a flashy soundbite. If blame shifting were an Olympic sport, he'd have more gold than Michael Phelps. Then came the part that sent the internet spiraling. Tyrus pointed out how Newsom's rise has been suspiciously spotless for someone leading a state that often looks like it's in mid-apocalypse. Fires, floods, blackouts, billion-dollar scandals. Yet somehow, he walks away untouched. It's like he's wearing plot armor written by the scriptwriters of modern politics. Rogan burst out laughing at the absurdity. How does someone stay so clean in so much chaos? It's like watching a guy in all white at a barbecue who leaves without a single stain. Either he's impossibly lucky, or someone's out there editing reality for him. From there, things snowballed into talk of media bias, Hollywood worship, and the strange cult of personality surrounding Newsom. The man doesn't even need a campaign manager anymore. Vanity Fair practically does it for him. Add soft lighting, a sweeping drone shot of California's coastline, and boom. Half the country swooning before they remember gas is still $7 a gallon. Rogan, always the contrarian, pointed out how odd it is that Newsom keeps showing up on national platforms, almost like he's auditioning for something even bigger.
The success that they're hanging their hat on is his social media campaign where he talks like Trump.
It's no longer the rule of law. It's increasingly the rule of done.
So he's got a bunch of people from his organization that tweet for him, and they tweet like Trump, and they're saying this has elevated him in the public's eye. That's terrifying.
You've seen it across the board. People are scared to death of this guy.
He's starting to learn the internet sensibility.
It's the appalling silence. It's the complicity. You're seeing the most successful, wealthiest people scared to death of this guy.
Which is heavily trolling, does very well. What he has is a terrible...
Maybe he is auditioning. Now maybe California was just the warm-up act. But as Rogan and Tyrus kept hinting, if this is only the preview, America might want to read the reviews before buying tickets. Because if their revelations showed anything, it's that the Gavin Newsom brand runs more on perception than performance. It's not about results, it's about the vibe. And right now, that vibe is chaos, with great hair. They didn't even have to say it outright. It was obvious. The man could probably declare a state of emergency over bad lighting, and someone would still call it progressive. Meanwhile, regular Californians are busy figuring out which disaster is next: earthquake, wildfire, or tax hike. By the middle of their conversation, Rogan had gone full philosopher mode, questioning whether America's obsession with image has completely replaced its interest in competence, because Newsom, love him or not, is the ultimate Instagram politician. Polished, shiny, and filtered to perfection. Just don't zoom in too close. Tyrus jumped in, pointing out that Newsom's real strength is making people believe he's fixing problems just by acknowledging them. It was part roast, part revelation, and completely uncomfortable for anyone trying to defend California's so-called success story. Yet it was hard not to laugh, because in a world where everyone's pretending things are fine, sarcasm might just be the last honest language left.
Gestures match the words coming out of his mouth.
Right. Yes,
if the president was like, we want peace in the Middle East, you know what I'm saying? He would be like,
right,
and like,
that's it. That it is. It's the contrast.
yeah, like Gavin, his hands are aggressive. You know, we've had a lot of theories. One, it was a bad negotiation with a deaf hooker. You know, now he doesn't want to pay for, you know.
Do you have a problem with deaf hookers?
He does, because the deal went south.
It's called the Helen Kellen special.
Rogan and Tyrus didn't plan to destroy Gavin Newsom. They just accidentally revealed how fragile his illusion really is once you poke it with a little common sense. By the end, they had peeled away every glossy layer of the Newsom persona until all that remained was irony. The man selling perfection is running a state that looks like the aftermath of a TikTok challenge gone horribly wrong. And yet, somehow he's still smiling through it all, as if the chaos is part of the plan. The real takeaway? Rogan and Tyrus didn't just expose Gavin Newsom. They exposed the entire performance of modern politics. The filters, the slogans, the love affair with media. All of it. They showed that behind every flawless image lies a story too messy to fit the frame. Maybe America's next big thing is more style than substance. Still, you can't deny it's entertaining, because as long as voices like Rogan and Tyrus keep asking uncomfortable questions, that glossy facade will keep cracking. And when it does, it's always hilarious to see who scrambles to fix it, and who just slaps on another filter. Just when everyone thought Rogan and Tyrus were done, they went even deeper, straight into the Hollywood bubble that's been quietly propping up Newsom's image for years.
He talks about California. It's like, I'm very big on California, very bullish on California. California has all this industry. Hey, fucko, they're all thinking about moving. The only reason why they don't move is because it's too difficult to move. If it was like every business could instantly pull up roots and replace everything and have everything running in a week at the other place, they'd all...
You know that bizarre world where celebrities preach about saving the planet, or right before hopping on private jets to climate summits? Rogan couldn't help but laugh at the irony, while Tyrus rolled his eyes so hard it was practically an Olympic event. Apparently, California's biggest issue isn't just homelessness or inflation, it's pure delusion wrapped in designer suits. They started comparing Newsom's speeches to award show monologues, long, dramatic, and packed with words that sound important but mean absolutely nothing. Every promise feels like a trailer for a movie that never gets released. Coming soon, prosperity, equality, and a working power grid. Spoiler alert, it's still in production. Rogan pointed out how California's so-called progressive paradise keeps rolling out policies that make even progressives start packing. It's the ultimate illusion, convincing people to celebrate being taxed into exhaustion. Meanwhile, the roads look like lunar craters and grocery trips feel like luxury getaways. Tyrus joked that living in California is like dating someone who keeps promising to change. They mean well, but somehow your wallet always disappears at the end, and just when the laughter peaked, they hit the punchline that tied it all together.
You can fix California while you stop by. 2 shows, you should be able to do that.
Hey, you know what? Real funny. So the other night, I got like 3 weeks ago, time flies when you work. I get a text at 2 o'clock in the morning from the president who says, "Hey, bro, I just filled California up with water. Governor's pissed," and sent pictures, LOL post. Who doesn't love this president?
Rogan said the scariest part isn't Gavin Newsom himself. It's that half the country looks at the chaos and still says, yeah, we should try that. The room went silent for a moment before everyone realized how perfectly that summed up modern politics. People falling in love with the packaging while ignoring the expiration date. Tyrus couldn't resist one last jab, saying Gavin Newsom is the kind of guy who could host a bonfire to stop wildfires and call it innovation. And honestly, he's not wrong, because when the smoke clears, the truth Rogan and Tyrus exposed isn't just about one man, it's about the entire spectacle, the illusion, the image, the endless applause for problems that never get solved. That's the real punchline. California might keep burning, but the spotlight never fades. Not when there's still one more headline, one more camera angle, and one more grand vision speech to deliver. Rogan and Tyrus didn't just roast Newsom. They reminded everyone that politics has become performance art. And in this theater of chaos, the truth isn't simply revealed. It's laughed at, replayed, and turned into history with a grin.